Hello, my name's Adrian Reynolds. I'm primarily a scriptwriter. White Lily is a short science fiction film, and the strapline is you can't escape your past even at light speed. So what you've got is a relationship story happening in a spaceship, and there is a twist to it that is a kind of genre twist, but one which again sheds light on the nature of those people. And to make White Lily, well, at first, I thought about getting myself in more debt along with the director, but we decided that this would be futile and probably not very helpful and good for our prolonged relationship with our bank managers. So we went to Kickstarter crowdfunding, and it was a humbling experience and a demanding one. We raised just over £4,000, which isn't a lot of money for a short film, but we've got a huge amount of amazing favours to call on from good quality professionals in the industry who were offering their time and skill to us because they liked what we'd got, basically. We're very blessed in the support we had, both from the backers who were contributing to us financially, but also the generosity of various talented people, including artist Carol Robertson, musician Ed Hillier, and many other people who were supporting us with the gifts that we could give to our backers. And it was a wonderful experience. So the money that we do have is essentially for constructing the set and for sort of bringing the actors over to Nottingham, one of them from Germany, and making all of that happen. Dadtown is essentially about the relationship of a father and daughter. That's where it starts, but that's kind of got ripples in all sorts of ways. So you've got Mallory Losco. She's about 19 years old. She's kind of quite headstrong, vain, volatile, and her father is the despotic mayor of the only colony town on another planet, a sort of jungle planet, and the colony's never really taken off. And what you're looking at is, well, their relationship for a start, and there's kind of little issues to deal with, like the fact that he had her mother killed, and there's still a bit of tension around that for some reason. And at the start of the story, Mallory teams up with a clone of her father, but who is physically just 6 years old. So there's a bit of a weird dynamic going on there. But ultimately, all of this is to do with Mallory finding out whether she can be anything other than a copy of her dad. Is she as nasty as him in seeking to deal with him? Little Emmett, the clone, can he be anything other than a shadow of the man that is a derivative of? And what about the colony itself? Does that have an existence of its own, an identity of its own, or can it only ever have a relationship with a planet, Earth, that they've had no contact with for 3 centuries? And Dadtown could be a science fiction trilogy in film form. It could be many things, an animated series. But what's ultimately happened is I've hooked up with a couple of amazing artists, and it's becoming a comic. And it's a wonderful experience because I'm working with, in Raven White and Jess Parry, a superb artist and colorist who are kind of taking some stuff that I've come up with and breathing new life into it. We've got to a point where we've got 30 pages of beautiful finished colour artwork. I'm really, really, really happy with it. So the question becomes, what do we do next? Well, in looking at the comics market at the moment, you find that there's not that many opportunities about for untested creators unless you're going to go with kind of some very fly-by-night small presses, some of which I'd be happy to engage with, but we're thinking instead of taking that route, we're going to go for another one, which is to initially serialize the initial 30 pages we have online, add to that content as we go. So we do kind of 10-page chapters, and we've got a backlog to put out there to start off with. And then on the basis of the response that we get, which will hopefully be favourable, then probably do a Kickstarter to see if people want to fund the whole of the whole story, which is in its initial incarnation 150 pages, although there's the possibility for sequels as well. It's a wonderful experience to see, the kind of ideas that you've had, the words that you've put to those ideas, transformed into something beyond anything you could have imagined when other people get involved. And that's kind of something that kind of cuts across most of the things I do. I work with other creators, be they illustrators, filmmakers, actors, musicians, sound designers, to help bring stuff that I'm interested in to life.